Hello luxury watch lovers! In this channel, I will cover the background, fundamental design features, and things to consider before buying your watch. If you have a luxury watch that you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments below. In today's video, I will cover the best world time watches for travelers. A world time watch, in contrast to a GMT watch, allows its wearer to rapidly glimpse the time in several other time zones across the world, in addition to the local and home time, frequently in an eye-catching manner with dial designs that feature globes. There are 7 world time watches for this video that are deserving of your attention. So without further ado, here are the 7 best world time watches for travelers that you should consider. Starting at number 7, Vacheron Constantin Overseas World Time. Vacheron's overseas collection has upgraded with many of its most recent additions, including the Overseas World Time, which is the first in that product family to be outfitted with the manufacturer's ultra-complex caliber 2460WT. This movement made its debut in a patrimony model in 2011 and was one of the first, and is still among very few, that operated a world time function that could display the time in multiple time zones. A polar map with satin sunburst continents and velvet-finished oceans is displayed on the dial, which is enclosed by the case's multifarious bezel in the shape of a Maltese cross. A lacquered city ring is also present on the dial. A sapphire disc above the globe disc shows AM and PM in the various time zones with its hazy, shaded tones, in an original and creative twist on the conventional day-night signal. The watch's gold rotor, which bears the engraved windrose emblem, serves as both a visual allusion to seafaring exploration and adventure, as a hallmark of the contemporary overseas line. Let's take a look at some of its design features. So we're looking at the reference 7700V110AB172, which has a case size of 43.5mm, a height of 12.6mm, and a lug width of 21mm. It has a sapphire crystal and a water resistance of 150 meters. Its movement consists of an automatic manufacture caliber 1260WT1, and you're looking at quite a steep price range of about $36,700. And on to number 6, Patek Philippe reference 5930001 self-winding world time flyback chronograph. In our roundup, this meticulously designed watch from Patek Philippe, which combines a flyback chronograph with a world time display, commands the highest level of complexity and the highest asking price. It draws inspiration from a complex model from the 1940s, yet many aspects, including its lush green dial, are unmistakably contemporary. A hand-guilloched circular pattern with a world time ring and 2 city discs surrounding it make up the dial's combination of finishes. The names of 24 cities, one for each of the 24 time zones throughout the world, are printed in green on said discs. The local time is displayed by white gold Dauphine hands on gold hour markers, and the green sundial at 6 o'clock counts up to 30 chronograph minutes that have passed. The 39.5mm diameter, hand-polished platinum case features a sapphire display case back that reveals Patek's in-house self-winding caliber CH28520HU movement. The self-winding movement has a proprietary design that uses a single pusher to modify all of the time and date displays. That is concurrently when the user switches time zones and uses a column wheel to power the chronograph function. Zooming in on its design features, we're looking at the reference 5930P001, which has a case size of 39.5mm and a height of 12.86 millimeters. Its dial is protected by a sapphire crystal, and it has a water resistance of up to 30 meters. And powering this watch is its automatic caliber CH28520HU. As mentioned, this watch comes in at a hefty price tag of around $100,538. Coming in at number 5, Bulgari Octo Roma Worldtimer. The Bulgari Octo Roma Worldtimer, which was scheduled to be released in 2021 and is specifically targeted at travelers coming out of long epidemic isolation, is a world time watch with a twist. The locations portrayed on its 24-hour city ring feature a few substitutions for the standard time zone representations. For example, upscale St. Bart's replaces Bermuda as the marker for the Caribbean region. The city ring tracks the time in all 24 main time zones, while the local time is shown on the central hour and minute hands. The city ring also includes places with present or prospective Bulgari branded hotels. The recognizable octagonal case that gives the Octo series its name measures 41 millimeters in diameter and 11.35 millimeters thick. It is available in either brushed and polished stainless steel with an integrated steel bracelet or black DLC coated steel on a black textured fabric strap. The self-winding BVL257 caliber, a Bulgari internal movement with a 42-hour power reserve, is beating inside. Looking at its design features, we're taking a look at the reference 103486, which has a case size of 41 millimeters and a height of 11.35 millimeters. Its dial is protected by a sapphire crystal, and it has a water resistance of up to 100 meters. This watch is powered by its automatic movement BVL257, and you can expect to pay about $8,550 for this watch. Moving swiftly along to number 4, Junghans Meister Worldtimer. On the Meister Worldtimer, which was scheduled to be launched at the end of 2021, German watchmaker Junghans has maintained a relatively plain design in keeping with its starkly streamlined Bauhaus approach. Instead of being dominated by a visual map pattern, the dial features a straightforward layout with an outer ring of 24 cities. Yes, one for each time zone. An inner rotating ring for hours, color-coded to clearly distinguish day from night. And a pair of long, pointy Dauphine hands in the center that indicate the local time on analogously long hour markers. For the sake of legibility, which is always a challenge in a watch with 24-hour time zones visible at once, a minute scale is avoided here. The self-winding JA20.5 caliber, which has a 42-hour power reserve, beats beneath a screwed sapphire caseback. The 40.4mm casing is available in stainless steel or gold-coated PBD steel for an added touch of understated beauty. It is quite thin at slightly under 11mm. Taking a look at its design features, we're looking at the reference 027501202, which has a case size of 40.4mm and a height of 10.5mm. It also has a lug width of 20mm. Its dial is protected by a sapphire crystal, and it has a water resistance of up to 100 meters. This watch has an automatic Selita caliber SW3301 movement, and you're looking at a comfortable price of around $2,150 for this watch. Getting closer to the top at number 3, Frederique Constantin Classic Worldtimer Manufacture. The classic Worldtimer manufacture, one of Frederique Constantin's most important products that features a user-friendly Worldtime function for less than $5,000, is a prime example of the company's commitment to supplying high complexities at astoundingly low rates. An inner 24-hour day-night scale and a 24-city ring that spins to set the time in any time zone in the world are surrounded by concentric rings on the 42mm case's dial, which is etched with a textured world map motif. The sapphire crystal is also convex. A sundial with an analog date indicator with a 1-to-3-1 scale is located at 6 o'clock, below the javelin hands that indicate the current local time. The clever internal movement, caliber FC718, enables all timing and world time adjustments through the crown, without the need for external pushes, which is also unusual at this price point. Zooming in on its design features, we're looking at the reference FC718DG WM4H6, which has a case size of 42mm and a height of 12.1mm. Its dial is protected by a sapphire crystal, and it has a water resistance of up to 100 meters. This watch is powered by its automatic manufacture caliber FC718 movement, and you're looking at a price range of around $4,195 for this watch. Taking on new heights at number 2, Montblanc 1858 Geosphere Chronograph Zero Oxygene. With the 1858 Geosphere Chronograph Zero Oxygene, which was recently unveiled at Watches and Wonders Geneva, Montblanc expands upon its mountain exploration concept to a new altitude or even a new summit. It is the first zero-oxygen timepiece in the world, and as its name suggests, it has been designed to be completely oxygen-free inside the case. This prevents oxidation and fogging from happening when the watch is worn in the chilly temperatures and high altitudes that one might experience on a climbing excursion. The watch is a member of the Geosphere line and includes a 24-hour scale, a day-night indicator, and a date disc in addition to a special world time display with 2 rotating globes on the dial, one for each hemisphere. This watch also has an incorporated chronograph, which Montblanc claims was tested during an ascent of Mount Everest. Between the glacial blue dial and the solid caseback, which has a laser-engraved, photorealistic image of Mount Everest, lies an oxygen-free automatic movement housed in a titanium case. Looking at its design features, we're looking at reference 129624, which has a case size of 44mm and a height of 17.1mm. Its dial is protected by a sapphire crystal, and it has a water resistance of up to 50 meters. When chatting about the movement, it has an automatic caliber MB2927 movement, and you can expect to pay about $8,600 for this watch. And taking our number 1 spot, Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra Worldtimer Master Chronometer. Omega, which was established in 1848, didn't release its first world-time complication until 2017. Appropriately, it was part of the Aqua Terra line, a stylish offering from the company. The multi-level dial dazzles the eye with its exterior section of sand-blasted platinum gold alloy, applied yellow gold indices, and a circle printed with the names of cities around the world in 3 different colors. Red for London or GMT 0, black for places with daylight savings time, and blue for places without DST. Omega's hometown of Bienne, Switzerland, substitutes for Paris at GMT +1. A handcrafted enamel world map as seen from the North Pole, is mounted on a sapphire disc in the dial's center. An outer 24-hour ring is divided into day and night color segments. The movement is Omega's self-winding caliber 8939, which receives its Master Chronometer designation due to its high level of precision, performance, and magnetic resistance as established by the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology. The case is 43 mm in diameter and is made of a platinum gold alloy. It has a wave-edged exhibition caseback that shows the movement, and a non-limited variant in steel was released after the 87-piece limited edition watch. Let's take a look at its design features. We're looking at reference 220-1243-2203-001, which has a case size of 43 mm, a height of 14.12 mm, and a lug width of 21 mm. Its dial is protected by a sapphire crystal, and it has a water resistance of up to 150 meters. Its automatic Master Chronometer caliber 8938 powers this watch, and you can expect to pay about $8,900 for this watch. We have come to the end of what I think are the best Worldtime watches for travelers. So, which one is your favorite? Thank you for watching this video. Nothing helps my channel more than you watching until the very end. These videos do take a long time to make, but are a labor of love. And if you enjoyed this type of content, let me know in the comments. And remember, time is your greatest asset.